Flying high in one of the world's most male-dominated film industries, Chinese writer-director Vivian Chu follows up her acclaimed 2017 drama, Angels Wear White, with the almost good Girls on Wires. Focused on the uneasy reunion between two estranged cousins who team up to beat the cycle of drug abuse and debt that's been dragging their family down for decades, this is ambitious, moral-minded cinema for a mainstream Chinese audience, and as such, it seems only fair to forgive the kind of hammy acting and manipulative melodrama Americans accept from Clint Eastwood and Tyler Perry movies. There's something charmingly old-fashioned in the way Chu tries to move viewers, using flashbacks to memories between cutie pie kiddos Fong Di and Tian Tian, who were raised almost like sisters in Chongqing, to ensure the adversity they face as adults produces the expected quantity of tears. At the same time, the novelty comes in setting the present-day portion in Xiangshan Film City, a vast production facility where Fong Di, Wen Qi, the young star of Angels Wear White, works as a stuntwoman. Doing so not only brings audiences into the filmmaking process, but gives the story a clever behind-the-scenes feel, a la Day for Night. As Fong Di's action movie training prepares her to star in a real-life thriller, the movie actually opens on Tian Tian, Liu Haoxian, who's been held in captivity, beaten, and injected with heroin for reasons that won't be revealed until much later in the film. The unfortunate wretch makes an exciting escape, killing her captor in the process. If this is how Tian Tian was treated for her past transgressions, then we don't want to see what the gangsters will do to her if they catch her again. Though she hasn't seen her cousin in nearly 5 years, Tian Tian turns to her now, hoping that Fong Di can help sort out her problems, without realizing that she's exposing her surrogate sis to considerable risk in the process. Fong Di has spent her entire professional career repaying family debts, those incurred by both her factory-operating mom, Peng Jing, and Tian Tian's drug addict dad, Zhou Yu, back in Chongqing, city of copycat fashion and first-class hot pot. What any viewer wants for these young women is to see them liberated from the financial burdens of their parents, but the cousins are cursed with cleaning up the previous generation's messes. Only then can they tend to their own. Tian Tian's troubles first blur with Dream Factory artifice, when she arrives at the outskirts of Film City covered in her own blood, and a wuxia movie extra asks, "Did you do your own makeup?" Through a smart twist no male screenwriter would imagine, Tian Tian locates her cousin, who orders a box of tampons delivered to set, and watches as Fong Di steps in to do a martial arts stunt the undependable male double couldn't. In take after take, she's plunged into ice-cold water, and then whisked through the air on wires. Fong Di is badly bruised in her work, but hides her injuries lest she be dismissed or deemed difficult. The kind of detail that acknowledges just how dangerous her work really is, but makes Chu's decision to shoot the climactic scene on a freezing beach seem rather perverse. When Tian Tian steps forward, Fong Di seems understandably wary to see her, withdrawing cash from an ATM that's promptly snatched away by debt collectors. Money is a constant source of stress in the film, a prop to be tossed in the face of a leech like Tian Tian's dad, while shouting things like, "Take what you love." The strange thing about Chu's script is that her story is strong, anchored by two compelling characters and set in evocative locations, but most of the scenes are bluntly written. Her dialogue is so heavy-handed, it's a wonder the actors can get through it. "My dad is trash. So am I," Tian Tian tells her cousin in a line meant to engender sympathy, though eye rolls seem more likely. In another scene, Tian Tian hovers outside a film set while Fong Di gives a dramatic audition for a corny TV role, screaming cliches about how she donated her own bone marrow to save her family. When a colleague tells her the performance was almost too good, he's underlining that the scene obviously tapped into something personal from her past. Don't be fooled. None of the acting in Girls on Wire is too good, and in one very funny sequence, when 3 gangsters roaming Film City get drafted as extras, bad acting gets a big laugh. Still, it does the job, driving the melodrama forward. When Chu really wants to tug our emotions, she flashes back to the cousins as little girls. After all, who can resist the tragedy of a child forced to endure what young Tian Tian did? Her life was ruined before she ever had a chance by her father's addiction and schemes. Those are the figurative wires that hold her down, while invisible cables lift her cousin 2 decades later. In Chinese, the film's title means girls who want to fly. Their lives are heavy, but just maybe, Chu can free them via movie magic.